Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Real Talk with Ray. I'm Jesse.
And I'm Mike.
Today on the podcast, we're going to be talking about Miss Marvel.
The Boys, Episode 4.
And Jurassic World Dominion.
Let's get right into it.
Yeah. So, let's start off with Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel Episode 1 came out on Wednesday. Didn't expect too much out of it. I was excited for it because it's a Marvel Disney Plus show, but wasn't expecting too much. I could say it exceeded my expectations.
Yeah, it was great. It's very upbeat.
Good. Yeah, it's definitely different. It's kind of in the same vein as like Spider-Man Homecoming when it comes to like feeling like in the high school and feeling like it's a kid's story,
right.
Like it's coming from a kid's point of view, which is pretty cool.
It feels younger than that though.
Yes,
like I think
she is
she's
younger.
freshman.
Yeah,
right. I think she's freshman year of high school. I don't think we saw Peter in that.
But she's also a lot more bubbly as a character than he is, because he's deaths and all.
Yeah, he's got a lot of issues.
So Miss Marvel takes place in Jersey City, and it's the star is Kamala Khan. She's Miss Marvel, and it's just. Right now, it's just a show about her and her family.
Oh. Okay.
My phone just vibrated. It's a show about her and her family, and throughout the episode, she's dealing with family drama that is basically her parents don't want her to go to the first ever Avengers Con.
Avengers Con
is in the movie, in the show, and that's pretty cool.
It's weird.
It's weird.
Cool.
It's meta. It's very meta because they have all people dressed like Captain America, Iron Man, like the original Avengers. There was a few like new Avengers, but like
I did see a video that somebody was dressed as Loki.
Oh, really?
Which is kind of weird because
because he did destroy the city.
He fucking wouldn't he be labeled like to us he's fine because we know what happens in space and all that whatever. But on Earth, I'm pretty sure he's like a war criminal and a terrorist. So I remember seeing a video of like somebody caught a Loki walking in the background.
Funny. But like to get into like the actual like elements that I really enjoyed, Avengers Con being one of them, the animated elements.
I love that.
It's
so cool.
There are certain animated elements to this show, which basically
it really shows her imagination.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. And the
whole beginning is like an animation, stop motion style.
Yeah, she makes YouTube videos. What we do.
Cool.
The whole episode starts out with blinding lights.
Oh yeah.
From the weekend, and it's just this little montage video of like paper cutout.
And
it's animated.
It's so cool. Like I got very Spider-Verse vibes from the style.
Yeah.
And I just, as I was watching it, especially when she's looking out the window and she pretended to see Captain Marvel flying across, I was like, I've done that same shit. But that also makes me wonder, like, I did that when I was really little. Yeah. She's like 16, right? Or 15?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. I feel like at times I couldn't tell if she was supposed to be playing like a 10-year-old or a 16-year-old. I'm saying that I know she was playing a 16-year-old, but sometimes it played a little too kiddie for me.
Yes. But the family element, which is really strong in this, she seems to be coming from a really good family. She's got an older brother and then her two parents.
They're out of touch, though.
They are. They are out of touch, and she just wants to be a quote-unquote normal teenager and do normal teenage things, but her parents are a little bit more, would you say conservative is the word?
Yeah.
And they don't want her to go to Avengers Con alone. Well, they didn't want her to go at all.
They don't want her to go there. They don't want like her dressed in the skimpy outfits.
Yes.
All the people... She and it was funny because they're so out of touch that she kept trying to say that, no, it's a convention, and they were like, we don't want you going to this party.
Yeah.
And where people are drinking and everything.
Yeah.
So that's like, they don't listen to her to that extent.
Yeah. But I understand it. Like, I understand, like, what they're trying to go for here.
Yeah.
And getting dressed up for this Avengers Con, her mom gives her, like, a box of stuff.
Yeah, this is where it gets weird, because, like, it completely goes astray from what I knew the character to be. I haven't read the comic, but I played the game, and I know that she's supposed to be like an Inhuman.
Yeah.
And I know it follows that, but it's very weird, very different.
So she gets this like bangle that's almost reminded me of the Ten Rings.
That's what yeah.
Because the way it like extends on her arm, it was really cool. It's probably gonna like come from her culture.
Yeah, it's probably going to tie into that. Because there was one moment she, like when she first puts it on and gets the wave of light over her, she, like, falls into, like, a dark-looking dimension kind of thing, which is cool.
Yeah.
I'm confused. That's it.
Yeah.
It looks cool, though.
There's no bad guy.
No, not yet.
Did you watch the after credit scene?
Yes.
You did? Okay. So there's
That
no
could be the
bad
guy.
He's probably gonna. Well, they're gonna be the antagonist. They're not gonna be the quote unquote bad guy.
For those who don't know what we're talking about, it's if you've watched Spider-Man No Way Home, it's the Department of Damage Control where we see. I forgot his name.
I don't remember his name either, but the guy who's interrogating Ned, MJ, and Peter.
He shows back up because now he's there and he's targeting other superheroes now.
Yeah.
After.
And
everything.
And at the end of this episode, Kamala is using her powers at the Avengers Con and kind of wrecks shop.
They describe her power as hard light. Is that what they say? That's what they. I think that's actually. Cool. It's very weird. She has the ability to blast literally like shards of light. It looks like that she can walk on, and also.
Like extend
her body, which is what I know in her original powers are supposed to. I know it's known as embiggening, but I think they're trying to differentiate it from Mr. Fantastic. Yeah, she's very similar.
Yeah, but so
it's cool.
That video goes viral at Avengers Con, and then the Department of Damage Control sees it, and that's where the end credit scene is, and it shows the agent. I'm excited to see the second episode.
It was a very good first episode. It establishes everything.
It is a very good first episode.
To me, it
put a smile on my face.
It's very charming. It feels very Disney Channel in a good way.
Yeah, and the budget, the way it all looks.
Yeah, it looks like a really high quality like Disney show. That's how it feels like. It's kind of weird to say because it's on Disney Plus, but I got the vibe of like. Wizards of Waverly Place and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
that's kind of like the vibe that I got.
The childhood wonder.
Yeah, it was very much like that, and I don't know if that's what they were going for, but it's cool. It's very charming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's.
I don't know where it's going to go though. There's no like direction yet. Just her being chased now.
I think it's 6 episodes.
Which is very. I think
it's either 6 or 8.
They got to do more.
They should do more. Oh yeah, it is 6 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Fun.
Pretty good.
Hopefully the other episodes aren't short episodes, like 30-minute episodes.
Oh my god, yeah.
Because they always do 8 minutes of credits.
They should stick to an hour.
Yeah.
This was pretty long for a...
Yeah, it was 50 minutes or something.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad.
But it could be longer. Right?
Definitely.
Yeah, it was 47 minutes. So that means it was like bad. 41 minutes of actual stuff.
Not bad.
I wish they could go to an hour. Because...
We're getting spoiled with Stranger Things.
Yeah. All right, so next up, I'm gonna talk about Obi-Wan really quickly. Obi-Wan episode 4.
I should probably start watching it just to keep up.
Yeah, but we have a lot to cover first. Episode 4 is not a good episode.
No?
No. It is a disappointing like half-hour long episode.
It's a half-hour long?
When it comes to credits and stuff like that. Yeah,
Oh my god. It's that bad? Is it like abysmal?
Good. Dude, there's so many like bad moments. And like, it looks okay. Mm-hmm. There are things that are really sketch looking. So basically this episode takes place on the Inquisitorium. Okay. Which is where the Inquisitors live.
The name that's an appropriate name for where Inquisitors would live.
And they still have Leia.
Okay.
And Obi-Wan and his sidekick of the series, I don't even know her name. They go to the Inquisitorium and they try to find Leia.
All right.
And going throughout the Inquisitorium, there are Obi-Wan has to fight a bunch of stormtroopers. And the Inquisitorium is basically surrounded by water. And there are tunnels under, like, hallways that, like, have glass walls.
Is this the video that I saw of him hitting the stormtroopers and the lightsabers just kind of, like, bouncing off of them?
It doesn't bounce off them, but it, like, just makes a mark.
Don't those cut people in half?
Yes. These are some of my problems.
Okay.
So, basically, they find Leia, and they're in a situation where there's the glass walls all around them, like for the hallways, and obviously water's behind that. Then stormtroopers on one side of the hall, then it's stormtroopers on the other side of the hall, and Obi-Wan, the kid, and the other girl is in the middle. Okay. And he has his lightsaber. And you would think that they would get him, that they would be able to shoot him, being that there's on each side. Yeah. And there's one guy with a lightsaber. They're all missing. He hits, they're shooting him.
This is the ultimate stormtrooper episode.
They're shooting him, and he's just going, ding, ding, right? But, like, while he's doing that... Are they, like,
shooting one at a time?
Pretty much. Like, they'll go, like, one half will go first, and then the other side will go.
Oh, my God.
It's like, he's doing one at a time, and then he'll turn around, like, go, whoop, and then start doing the other side. And...
None of them get hit?
He deflects the bullets, or the lasers, and, it just...
Okay. That seems like it was a big part of the episode.
That was pretty much the episode. And then the character that I'm trying to, like, I don't remember her name, like Obi-Wan's sidekick for this episode. Mm-hmm. She is like a spy, and she has like credentials with the Empire, so she could like get in and like, search for stuff.
Okay.
And she like has this moment where she's like trying to like say that she's like supposed to be there, and it just comes off super cringy because like these guards are like asking her why she's here, like she's not supposed to be here.
Okay.
And it was just really like cringe.
Sounds like a good episode.
Yeah, it was something. And then at the end there's like they're trying to escape, and right at the last moment because the trio is surrounded by the Inquisitors and the Stormtroopers, these two snow speeders, which are the things from Hoth, from Empire.
Okay.
Things that they're flying around in. Two snow speeders come, and they start shooting at all the Stormtroopers in the landing zone. Uh-huh. And it looks so bad.
It doesn't look good? Dude, is this the first bad episode?
This is the first bad episode.
All the other ones were like really good, right?
Yeah. And... It looks like it was done in 2001. Yeah.
And this is the
CGI for these ships.
So now you have 2 more episodes so that they have to pick up this slack.
Yeah. And that's like what I just said pretty much sums up that whole episode.
That sounds boring. That sounds
really boring.
Like
there's
stupid.
Like one moment with Vader, and it's
not good.
It's just nothing.
That sucks, man.
So, episode 4.
The show was riding such a high. I know everyone was like freaking out about it.
I mean, episode 3 was insane.
Right.
And episode 4 just didn't do it. But in other news, we have birthdays of the week.
Good. I like when people are born.
Yeah, it's pretty good. We have
And I think everybody on this week is alive.
yes, everyone is alive this week. We have Mark Wahlberg, who turned 51, and you might have seen him in movies like Ted, The Departed, the recent Uncharted movie, or those
I've only seen him in that.
In
Transformers.
Okay, that's
Sorry,
what
I cut you off, but
the shitty Transformers movies that he's in.
Great. Great movies.
He's in a lot of other movies, but those are the ones that I really want to shout out. Kathleen Kennedy, who is the head of Lucasfilm. I have to pull up some of her stuff because she's just done so many things.
Oh, wow.
What she's known for on IMDb is The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, Jurassic Park, Signs, and Warhorse. But over the years, she's done so many other things.
Yeah.
She's done all the recent Star Wars movies, all the Star Wars television shows. She's done
God.
Indiana Jones. She worked under Spielberg for a while, doing a bunch of his stuff.
Jesus.
We have all the Jurassic Parks, I believe. Excuse me.
Was that Roger Rabbit? Did I see that?
I don't know.
Go up.
No, Roger Rabbit would be younger.
Wait, keep going. Wait, what is that?
That's the Flintstones. No, that's
The Best of Roger Rabbit?
that's probably a TV show. But yeah. She did the Back to the Future movies, if I'm not mistaken. Hook. Yeah, she did the Back to the Future movies.
Wow.
Gremlins.
Her name is probably on the poster.
Yes, no, it is. It is 100% on that poster. Right here.
There she is.
Wow.
Wow.
So she's had an amazing career, to say the least.
Yeah, she did a few things.
Oh, and she did Who Framed Roger Rabbit. There you go.
The important movie.
Yeah.
The most important
That's a
movie
great
of her
movie.
catalog.
So she turned 69 this week. Happy birthday to her. She is a legend. You know, maybe her recent Star Wars stuff, not the best, but overall career, insane.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's some fucking catalog that she's got there. That's crazy.
Yeah. Next we have Robert Englund, 75. You guys may know him from Freddy Krueger. All the Nightmare on Elm Streets, he's played Freddy Krueger. And he was just recently in Stranger Things 4 as Victor Creel, the old guy with the slit eyes, which
I love that.
My favorite.
That's so cool that they brought him in.
Yeah, and then there's those references to Freddy Krueger, which are really fun. We have Carl Urban from The Boys.
The boy.
He is the boy.
He's
Billy
the boy
Butcher,
of the week.
Billy Butcher, 50 this week. Obviously, we just said The Boys.
I completely forgot that he was in Thor 3.
Yep. He's in Thor Ragnarok.
'Cause I remember
he plays Scourge.
Yeah, I saw some people saying that he should play Wolverine. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Mm-hmm. But then I saw they were like, he already was in the MCU, and I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck did he play? And then I remembered, I was like, oh shit,
yep,
it's that guy.
Yep, he was also in Star Trek, the new Star Treks. He played Bones.
Okay.
And then he was in Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers, and The Return of the King. We have great. Michael Cera, 34. I only have two things on here because they're the two biggest things.
Two of the best ones.
Scott Pilgrim vs. the World and Superbad.
I fucking love Superbad.
I mean, anybody in our generation who hasn't seen Superbad,
love it.
You need to watch Superbad.
So good.
It is one of the raunchiest, teen movies. It's so funny.
I love it.
We were just talking about it last week because it was McLovin's birthday. You got to check those out. He's in a bunch of other things, but those are my two favorites.
The Trial Man of the Century.
Yeah. Johnny Depp, 59 this week. Obviously, Pirates of the Caribbean, he played Jack Sparrow. He was Edward Scissorhands in Edward Scissorhands.
I thought you were going to ask me because I was like,
no.
I thought it was just a character.
Yes.
Okay.
And then he was Willy Wonka in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Unrecognizable.
I put this on my Instagram the other day. I love that movie so much.
It's nostalgic.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I could watch Charlie and the Chocolate Factory over and over and over again.
It's such a fucking weird movie.
It's so weird. It's Tim Burton. His take on Willy Wonka. and his story.
Pretty good.
It's funny, that movie, I was just talking to our friend Kevin Muller about this. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is a Willy Wonka story. You get the Willy Wonka background information and all these different things. But the original with Gene Wilder, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, was about Charlie. Oh, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory was the original title for the original movie.
Right.
And that was about Charlie.
And this one was Charlie.
This one was Charlie and Chocolate Factory, and it was about Willy Wonka. Kind of interesting.
When are we going to get the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory cinematic universe where they cross over?
Dude, I always wanted them as a kid to make The Great Glass Elevator, which is the sequel book to Charlie and Chocolate Factory. Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator, because at the end of the movie, they go into the
flying.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie in forever. It just weirded me out.
Mm-hmm. I love
need those fucking goggles.
Oh my god, those are so fun.
Those TV goggles, I need to find those somewhere. If anybody, all 750 million of you watching, if you can find those goggles, send me a link because I need to find those.
Honestly, probably Etsy has them.
I haven't been. I then again, I didn't really look too much, but I need those fucking goggles.
They're so fun.
Those are the best. Those are so funny.
I mean, legendary career from him too.
Yes.
Those are just 3 big ones. Oh, you know what? Rango. You ever see Rango?
I have not seen Rango.
Rango is so good.
I didn't want to watch that.
It's so good. He plays Rango.
Yeah.
It's so fun. It's a great movie. Next up, we got Michael J. Fox. My boy, Marty McFly, 61 from Back to the Future movies. He played Stuart Little in Stuart Little.
I forgot about that.
Teen Wolf, the movie Teen Wolf.
Was it in a show too?
Yeah, but that was like a really off-kilter series.
Was he in it?
No.
He wasn't? I thought he was. Maybe I got that confused.
Family Ties is where he started, pretty much. The cool thing about Back to the Future, I don't know if you know this, but it was originally starring this guy named Eric Stoltz. And they wanted Michael J. Fox to be the main.
It's so weird watching the footage of Eric Stoltz.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Didn't work. They originally had a different guy playing him because Michael J. Fox was all tied up with Family Ties. But then eventually they realized, okay, it's not working with Eric. We have to get Michael J. Fox.
That was the greatest move ever. I don't think the movie would have done well if...
Who knows?
He's like the other half.
It could have been something.
I don't know.
You never know. But he did double time. He went straight from Family Ties to
That's crazy.
Back to the Future.
So like he would finish on set at Family Ties and then go do Back to the Future.
Yep, right away.
Shit.
Unfortunately, he has Parkinson's, which kind of put a stop to his trajectory for his career. Because right after Part 3 is when I believe he found out.
Really? It was that?
Yeah, he was young.
Holy shit.
So he's in a few things here and there. He tried to have a series, I think it was called The Michael J. Fox Show, which didn't do too well.
I wish he was in more stuff.
Wish he was in more stuff too, but it's, that disease is...
Yeah, it's kind of...
It's hard to do anything. But 61, happy birthday, Michael J. Fox. Next up, Natalie Portman.
Jane?
She's 41 today, if I'm not mistaken. And
today?
I think today.
Wow.
Yeah. And she obviously plays Jane in the Thor movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And she plays Padme Amidala in the Star Wars prequels. We're saying Jane like that because of the new Thor Love and Thunder trailer.
I never noticed that until you said it.
Really?
Just because I heard, obviously, the line, but I never realized how funny it was.
Yeah.
Jane?
And it's so stupid, but I love that. Talented actress. She was also in so many other things. One of my favorites also being The Black Swan, which is a classic, ballet thing. But then finally we have Bill Burr. He turned 54, I think today as well. I only know him from like his comedy stuff, like specials, but then also F is for Family. You ever see that show?
I haven't watched it,
Okay.
but I only listened to Bill Burr with his comedy.
So F is for Family.
He's also on Mandalorian.
Yeah, he was also in Mandalorian. He plays like
that guy.
Yeah, that one guy. But super funny comedian, and F is for Family.
I know he did a movie
hysterical.
He did a movie with Hugh Jackman. I forgot what movie it was, but I remember he was telling a story about how they were doing a scene and his character was really mad at I think Bill Burr was playing a reporter.
Okay.
And so Bill was describing it as when Hugh Jackman would yell at him, he like dropped the notepad that he had with him.
Okay.
Because he's like, oh shit, that's Wolverine. I can't do it justice. Just the way Bill Burr describes stories and scenarios is so funny. But when he went to like a party or something, they were like, I love what you did with the dropping the notebook. That was great. He was like, that wasn't on purpose. That was just because I was like, oh shit, that's Wolverine. Just a funny story.
So happy birthday to everyone that we just shouted out. Obviously, next week, more birthdays. Mike, what do we got next?
Trailers.
All right, which one do you want to talk about first?
Let's talk about Bullet Train number 2.
Okay. The trailer number 2.
No, Bullet Train 2. It's coming out.
Oh, they already skipped the first one.
Yeah, it's already coming out. It's crazy. This movie looks better in this one. It's so colorful and vibrant, and I love when movies are on like one thing, like in an area. Yeah. Like the idea of it on a bullet train is so cool. Yeah. And it looks crazy.
It looks nuts.
It looks fucking
And I'm so excited about it. I mean, the cast for this movie.
It looks like a comic book, the way it's lit and everything.
Well, that's also the director, and I believe he brings a cinematographer with him, David Leitch. He was co-director on the first John Wick. Then he did Deadpool 2. He did Hobbs and Shaw. Okay. Which I never saw that, but
this looks it just looks so colorful and funny.
Yeah, it does look funny. It's probably gonna have that like Deadpool-ish humor. Yeah. Because like in the trailer you see like this older woman in the quiet car, and Brad Pitt and Brian Tyree Henry. They're like fighting underneath the table, right? And then like she
keeps telling him to be
and then
quiet.
like the camera pans from her to the quiet car symbol on the wall. Yeah, and it's got that cool vibe.
Very snappy.
Yes, very snappy. We got the cast is Brad Pitt. We have Sandra Bullock, Zazie Beetz, who was Domino in Deadpool 2.
Joey also in Joker.
Yes. Joey King, Karen Fukuhara, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Logan Lerman, the original Percy Jackson, Michael Shannon.
That was him?
Yeah.
Hold up. Let me see.
Logan Lerman? Yeah.
Where was he in the trailer?
I don't think he's in the trailer.
He wasn't?
No. Oh. But he's in the movie.
Oh, there's a lot of people I know.
Like I said, Brian Henry, Bad Bunny is in the movie.
I never realized how stacked the cast was.
There's a ton of other names. I don't want to say them all, but there is a lot of recognizable faces. Yeah. My favorite part of this trailer, though, is totally that ending. So at the end, the movie's about the briefcase, on the bullet train.
It does show a lot in this trailer, though.
It does, but it ends with the briefcase being taken by one of those like people
like
in the
mascots,
the mascot costume, and Brad Pitt just like tries to take the briefcase, but the mascot's not like letting it go, so he just decks the thing in the face, and then it makes like a squish ball sound.
I think my favorite moment from that trailer was I think it's the climax of the movie when they're crashing into the other train.
Oh, with the door open.
Yeah,
That's
looks
pretty
fucking
cool.
crazy.
Yeah, and it looks good too.
Yeah, it does.
doesn't look like low budget.
I wish they could do it for real, like Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
Crash another train while
crash a bullet train.
Yeah, while you have all the other actors in there.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sick.
That'd be a hell of an insurance policy on that.
Oh yeah. Next, we could talk about Prey. Prey, the official trailer
looks crazy.
It's not just the little teaser that we were talking about a couple episodes ago. This shows you the story.
Yeah, it shows the Predator from that they've been around.
Yeah,
forever.
It's from 300 years ago. I think that's when it takes place. This group of Native Americans, they're being hunted by a predator. The tagline for the movie, which is incredible, is "They hunt to live, it lives to hunt." That's pretty cool. If I didn't butcher it,
it's so weird that it's not going to be in a theater.
It is weird. It comes out August 5th, the same as Bullet Train, by the way.
Oh no! Are we doing a double movie feature that day?
That'll probably be a double feature, which will be fun.
Yeah.
But Prey, Hulu original.
It's gonna be great. Oh wait, yeah, we gotta go home to see that.
Yeah. The color in this movie looks great. The visual effects look great. I love
the premise of
the premise is so cool.
Fighting fucking predators without rocket launchers or guns or anything.
Yeah.
It's gonna really raise the stakes.
Mm-hmm. It's something cool. I love the Predator movies as much as some of them are bad. Nothing beats the original with Arnold. I haven't
seen the original in so long.
It's like I see that in this trailer the main character is covering herself in mud, which is a key thing because they can't see through that stuff. But man, if this trailer doesn't get me super hype for this movie, it truly does, because I've never seen like a real Hulu original movie before, because I've seen like those low budget ones because
they all look bad.
Yeah, like I saw this one. Not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before. It was like a movie with like Kristen Stewart or whatever, and like she had to like come out to her family, and Dan Levy is in it from Schitt's Creek, and it was a cute movie, but like it was one of those like cheesy Christmas movies.
I think this has an advantage of being a Predator movie.
Not only a Predator movie, but also a 20th Century Studios movie. It's got that type of, it's not like a TV movie budget. It's got like a little bit more of that.
Do you think it'll go to theater?
No.
You don't think so?
No, this is totally just for streaming. Yeah.
Oh, man.
If they wanted to make it for theaters too, they would have said it in this trailer.
I feel like you gotta see it in the theater. This seems like a movie theater.
That's why my dream is to have like some type of screening room in my house.
Right.
Because of nowadays all these movies going to streaming, I want to be able to see these in a theater type of.
Would you still go to the movie theaters though?
If I had a theater room?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'd have to see new movies.
Right. But that's the thing. If these streaming movies keep going, but then again, I think we've already seen the results of them putting movies on streaming and in theaters at the same time, and people still go to the theaters.
Yeah.
Because it's something to do.
Yeah.
It's not just, it's an experience.
I mean, I don't think that the theater experience will ever end. People say, oh, the theaters are doomed. They're not.
I hope
if they made it through 2020, there's no way.
With the roaring comeback that it's had right now, especially with like movies like Top Gun, that is so unexpected.
Dude,
that
it's
doing so
still
well.
making money.
That's so crazy.
I went on Tuesday. In its second week, I went on Tuesday, and it was completely packed.
That is fucking.
And it was a nice sized theater too.
That's awesome. That just goes to show you how cool Top Gun is.
Yeah.
And I bring it up every episode now.
Yeah, you do. You truly do for the past 3 episodes.
I love Top Gun. I love the second one. It's better than the first, I think.
100%. All right, Mike, what do we have next?
Resident Evil, the Netflix show.
Yes.
Which is very interesting. Have you played the games?
Last time I played the game, I was probably 13.
I remember I played the newest one. It was okay.
Mm-hmm.
tried playing 7. Well, because I bought the bundle to play both of them. 7 was just too hard for me, and I was also a big pussy, and I was scared.
Okay.
That game is scary, but I played a long time ago. I remember I brought my Wii over to my friend's house. I forgot what Resident Evil it was, but I have a fond memory of playing and shooting zombies with the Wii remote. But this, it seems to be more... I think it's always been like this. It's like monsters, too.
Yeah, it's not just zombies. It's...
Like, as a kid, I always thought it was zombies.
Honestly, there's like this one scene in the trailer for this Netflix show where it almost looks like a creature from A Quiet Place. You know, that's like with the no eyes and the big
big mouth? Yeah, I could see that.
This trailer just kind of...
That also looked practical.
It does.
It did look practical.
The lighting on it is really good.
I think that was practical.
The trailer for this is pretty cool. I mean, looks interesting. The premise is this girl is seeing that the Umbrella Corporation is doing weird stuff, and then I guess it breaks out, whatever, like zombies and creatures. They start tearing shit up.
It looks crazy.
It looks pretty cool.
I'm glad with all the zombie content coming out after the... I don't even know what the fuck The Walking Dead is doing right now.
Yeah, well, they're done.
I know they're...
Right?
I don't know. I think they're done, but I don't know if they have... I think there's a part 2 of the season.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure they were doing, like, the last season in 2 parts.
Okay. But, I don't really... Like, I don't know too much about the games. This show has me intrigued. I'd go check out the trailer. I don't know if they're doing, like, different releases, but the initial release is July 14th.
Soon.
So hopefully it's the whole thing, because then I could have something to watch for when I'm on vacation.
I don't want it to be the whole thing.
I hope it's the whole thing.
It's Netflix. They're probably going to do it.
Yeah.
They're probably just going to drop the whole thing.
And next up we have, I'll just finish off with this. Resident Evil looks fun.
It does.
Right?
Yes.
What do we got?
Got Modern Warfare 2. Again.
We're talking about a video game trailer this time.
Yes.
Yeah. Modern Warfare 2 again. When did the first Modern Warfare 2 come out?
Oh,
do you know?
God,
do you want to say like 2012?
I think it was earlier than that.
You think it was earlier?
Let me see. That's another game that I wasn't allowed to play as a kid. Modern Warfare 2, and it's only bringing up the new one.
2009.
2009.
Wow.
Because my first Call of Duty was Modern Warfare 3.
This was my first.
This is the best one.
Yeah.
I always wanted to play this game because of the fucking mode where you have like the museum and you get to bring the characters to life, and you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do that.
Which one did you just say was your first?
Modern Warfare 3.
Modern Warfare 3. Oh, okay.
This trailer though, it looks like every other Call of Duty.
It looks like every other Call of Duty, but with characters that we like, we know, we love.
Yes.
I've been disappointed for the past 2 years with Call of Duty games.
Yeah.
Cold War was
so bad.
Disappointing. I don't say it's bad. It's disappointing. The zombies I really liked. He wasn't a big fan of.
I fucking hated the zombies, man. I just want classic zombies. Just give us... That's why you have to I wish you could download on PlayStation Black Ops 3 zombies, just the zombies, because you have to download the
I don't like Black
game.
Ops 3 zombies.
Why?
The only zombies... The zombies that I like are the first one, Black Ops 1, 2, and...
what I'm saying,
War.
in BO3, you can get all of those. It's just remakes, like revamped versions of the map.
Of like Transit and stuff?
Yeah.
Really?
And I think Transit is in there.
Huh. All right, well, we have to check that out.
I'm pretty sure it is.
All right, we'll check that out later.
But yeah, they bring back Gaz, Soap, I think a new character, Alejandro. I don't remember him.
I don't know. No,
Price, and obviously Ghost. He was already in... That's the other thing that I never liked about the Modern Warfare. Why are you showing us the new version of Ghost if he's not in the campaign yet?
True.
We were able to buy him as a character and hear his voice and everything. You know what I mean? And just, I hope this brings Call of Duty back to basics, but in like refreshed the way it felt when Modern Warfare 2019 came out.
I was just about to say, That game,
People hate on that game. That game is good.
me, you, our friend Gabe, and Dylan, that the original, well, the new Modern Warfare.
Even before Warzone came out, and it was there was no like store or anything.
Yeah, but I'm talking about just like I will always look back on the 2019 one for what it did for us during the pandemic.
Yeah,
because every single night the four of us would get on and we would just play till all the hours in the morning.
Yeah, man, I miss that.
And it was so fun. We had good laughs, and with the Cold War and Vanguard, I didn't even buy Vanguard. Those two just disappointed people.
Vanguard is it's better than Cold War, but it's like it's just Modern Warfare 2019 with slightly worse movement. I don't know what they did. They fucked with it a little bit, and it's not as smooth.
Okay.
I think Modern Warfare 2019 was the best Call of Duty has been since the originals, and I hope that this new one brings it back, because I really want it. And they're also coming out with Warzone 2 after this.
Oh, I hope that's good.
But that's going to be good too, because it's a whole reset. We're not going to have all the Cold War guns, the Vanguard guns. We're going to have
start from Modern Warfare again.
It's going to be straight up Modern Warfare on a newer engine, even though it looks very similar.
And you know what's cool about this is the last Call of Duty game for another 2 years.
That's good too. They have to stop releasing these every year.
Yeah. They're skipping 2023.
Good.
Call of Duty.
Good. Let this one breathe for a bit.
This one will be able to breathe and get life into it every couple of months or whatever. Looks cool. I'm excited.
Yes.
Now, for the first time ever, we have a sponsor for today's episode, and let's throw it over to them for a few words. Duct tape. All right, thank you to Duct Tape for sponsoring this episode of Real Talk with Ray.
First one.
The first ever. Super excited for our sponsors. We got a bunch lined up. Let's talk about some news.
Big news.
Big news. First, we're going to start off with the Joker movie from 2019 is getting a sequel. Officially. It's been talked about for quite a while. It's not needed, but it's happening.
That being said, I'm intrigued.
I'm super intrigued. It is one of my favorite movies of all time. People have mixed opinions about it. I love this movie. Todd Phillips, the director and writer of the first one, he put to his Instagram on Tuesday while I was seeing Top Gun a picture of the front of the script, and it was a nice red page, and it was titled Joker Folie à Deux, which means madness for two. We'll get into what that means in a second. But then if you swiped over, you saw a black and white picture of Joaquin Phoenix reading the script.
With a cigar in his mouth.
With a cigar or
like a
cigarette.
badass.
Yeah. Probably thinking while reading the script and holding a cigar, damn, I'm going to have to lose a lot of weight again. So Folie à Deux, like I said, it means madness for two. It's a disease, a mental disease where someone who is having delusions, the delusions can transfer to a close relative or person that they talk to a lot.
That sounds like it's going to be Harley Quinn.
I was just about to ask, what do you think this means? People are thinking that this is going to mean that there's Arthur, and then there's like another Joker who like becomes the Joker of the Batman.
What?
People are thinking that that Arthur Fleck is like the Joker, and he'll like make someone else go mad, and will turn them into like the classic Batman Joker. And then there's the camp of Harley Quinn.
Oh, I thought you meant for like the movie, like the Batman.
No. I'm talking about like for this.
In this universe.
Yeah.
I thought you meant for the Batman.
Oh,
like,
no.
The movie that we just got.
No.
Okay. That's weird.
And then there's the Harley Quinn theory.
I think it's going to be Harley Quinn.
I don't know. I am so torn because the two ideas are kind of cool. Harley Quinn makes sense because he he makes her go crazy.
Yeah.
Who knows though? Because like at the end of that movie, he's escaping the psych ward. Who knows
allegedly.
if allegedly. I think it was real.
I don't know. I think the beauty of that movie was that like we don't know what was real in it, and that was cool. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what they could do. I hope as good as the first one was, I think it's got to be better than every like shitty like superhero movie. You know what's
crazy to me to think about? This is Joaquin Phoenix's first sequel. He has never done a sequel before.
Really?
Yep. He is that picky.
Wow. Okay.
That's why it intrigues me so much. That's interesting. Yeah, because I, for the past couple of years, when they say, "Oh, we're doing a Joker sequel," I'm like, no, they're not, because Joaquin Phoenix will not sign up for it, and he did.
That's a good point. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
That obviously puts a little more wind in my sails about this. It's very interesting. I think it's going to be Harley Quinn.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll see. There's no release date yet, but obviously we'll update.
Yeah, we'll see
on everything. Next, we're going to do Ghostbusters 4. The Ghostbusters Day happened 2 days ago, where they get together and they talk about all things Ghostbusters related and stuff. It was called Ectofest. And Jason Reitman, the son of Ivan Reitman, who's just passed away recently, he did Afterlife. He wrote and directed Afterlife, which we both saw. Mm-hmm. Really love that movie.
It was good. I'm not huge on Ghostbusters.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're working on a fourth, and the project code name is Firehouse, because obviously in Afterlife, at the end of the movie, you see Ernie Hudson's character, Winston, bringing the Ecto-1 back into the city of New York. Mm-hmm. And we see where it will go from there. Project Firehouse is cool. It's a cool title.
It's a cool name.
Obviously, that won't be the official name.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it comes out within the next 2 years. I could see it being 2 years. I don't see it going past 2 years, especially since they're already like finishing up writing it. Mm-hmm. It is expected that Finn Wolfhard, McKenna Grace, the kids from the Afterlife movie will be in it. So will Ernie Hudson, and probably the rest of the cast.
Yeah. What do you think they're gonna do? Where do they go with this?
Well, the end credit scene shows that the chamber, the ghost trap chamber, it's blinking red. So I'm thinking something's gonna go wrong, and ghosts are gonna invade the city again.
I'm not terribly excited. The Ghostbusters movies never really did it for me. Mm-hmm. This movie was pretty good, the last one. But
I don't know. I'm excited about it. I think it should be fun. Last of Us. No, we're gonna cut that. Okay. Yeah, we're running a bit behind on time. Okay. HBO dropped the first picture.
So hyped for the show, man.
Or I think a new picture, because they've posted a couple pictures. Yes. Of Joel and Ellie, right?
Yes.
I've never really played the Last of Us game, but I really should. I own the first one.
You haven't played it?
I've played it, but like maybe an hour.
Really?
Yeah. I'll put it right here for everybody to see. Pedro Pascal plays Joel, and there is a clicker, right? That's the name of the character. Right behind them, they're hiding. I forget the actress's name who plays Ellie in this show, but she
looks like Ellie.
She does.
It's gonna be. I think I have a very interesting story with the whole Last of Us series, because when the pandemic first hit, I got pneumonia in the middle of summer, and the new Last of Us was coming out. Yeah. So I was like, stop doing that. And I was like, let me play both of the games, because I haven't played them. So I blasted through the first one, and I remember not liking the ending, because I was like, oh, wait, Joel is not really that good of a person. Do you know how it ends?
No.
Do you care if I tell you? So basically, she is a character, obviously, who in the story she is immune to the fungal infection from all the zombies. So in the first game, your goal is to get her across the city to the Fireflies so they can make a cure. But Joel, he loses his real daughter at the beginning of the game, and creates a bond with her a couple years later. So when it gets time for her to sacrifice herself, he goes on a rampage and kills everybody in the hospital and takes her away, protects her. So and then at the end, she confronts him and was like, "What happened?" And I forgot the reason that he gave, but he said that they couldn't make a cure out of you, and then that was it. So in the second game, it picks up with the lie and everything, but I'm very excited for this show. Like I said before, all the zombie content coming out right now, it looks awesome, and I love the idea of... It looks like they're recreating scenes exactly from the game based off of screenshots that I've seen and everything. They got like the scene with the truck. If you've played the game, you know. That's the one. It looks great. And this picture really sells the whole...
It looks scary.
I'm excited. It's going to be great.
I'm excited too. Because I would much rather watch the cutscenes of that whole thing to get the understanding. But for this... We're gonna see where it goes, and once we see a trailer, I want to see if they're following the game. So I'll come to you for that advice. And if they are, I'm gonna wait to watch the show.
So you want to watch the show first?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the show first.
Yeah, because what I told was a very watered down version of it.
Looks pretty cool.
I'm excited.
Yeah. All right. We have two more things. One of them really good. One of them,
not so much.
Not so much. First up, The Boys.
Episode 4.
Episode 4 of The Boys dropped today.
What'd you think?
I love this episode.
It's so good.
I mean, it's no secret now. We love The Boys. Episode 4 is nuts.
Dude, this show gets crazier and crazier.
Yeah. Especially that scene with Kamiko.
Which, oh my god.
Okay, so...
You
could start at the beginning of the episode.
So how does this one start out?
This is with it's Huey seeing all the Homelander stuff and with Starlight.
Right. So Starlight and Homelander are now together
in the public's eye.
In the public eye, and now everybody's clowning on Huey. And while this is going on... Oh, wait, don't they... There's that really scary moment when they're talking about trying to kill Homelander at one point, Huey and Starlight, and then Homelander shows up.
Yeah.
And...
Well, that's what I was saying. They show, like, him watching the tape, right? They show him watching the news.
Yeah.
And it's them making fun of... showing the fact that Homelander and Starlight are now a thing.
Yeah.
Then they're talking about killing Homelander. Homelander shows up and basically is like... Dude, he's threatening to kill Huey.
He is the scariest character I've ever seen.
He is terrifying.
He's so unhinged and unpredictable.
Yeah. Like I was just saying to you before we started rolling, Homelander is scary when he's angry. When Homelander is calm, he's terrifying.
Because he's at his most unpredictable when he's like that. I was saying when he's joking around, because you know some shit's about to happen. When he's like, gets all like goofy with you, like
the end of the end of the episode.
Dude,
this episode's crazy. They go to Russia. The boys and Kamiko go to Russia, right?
Yes.
To find the weapon that they've been searching for.
And you were right.
Yeah.
There's no weapon, and Soldier Boy is alive.
Soldier Boy's alive.
Very Winter Soldier style.
Yep, Winter Soldier-esque. He's kept in a chain, like a
ice chamber.
Yeah.
Cryogenic
chamber. Huey and Butcher take the
Compound V.
Temp V.
Yeah.
And apparently his Huey's superpower is teleportation.
Was it teleportation? I thought it was shrinking.
No, it's teleportation.
Okay.
Because he teleported, but his clothes didn't.
I thought he shrank, but his clothes didn't. And then it got big.
No,
and then punched through the guy.
It was teleportation.
Okay, so that was funny. And he punched right through him, and then Mother's Milk was like, your dick's out.
Yeah.
That was so funny. I love the hamster, too. That's
my God.
That has... So I guess in this facility, they were testing Compound V on animals, and the only one that seemed to survive was the little hamster.
And the hamster's flying, and then it's like in this little box, and it starts bouncing around like a ball.
Oh my god!
And then like it comes out, and it goes through the guy's eye.
Yeah, the guy's about to shoot Frenchie, and then it does the classic thing. Yeah, and he flies in, and he just kind of nestles into his head.
Yeah,
this show is so brutal.
And they go, and Kamiko has to kill someone. Like this Russian.
I couldn't.
He's like a mobster or like just a snobby bad guy.
Yeah, they had to do that job so Butcher's contact or whatever. It was a favor. I think.
So Kamiko has to go inside, and he's got like 9 or 10 like either like prostitutes or like sex slave type.
They were trafficked.
Yeah, they were definitely. Yeah, and Kamiko goes in, and he shows her his wall of the 7.
But they're all sex toy versions,
dildo, sex toy, whatever. Of each 7 character.
It's so weird, man.
So disturbing. So he shows them to Kamiko, and then shit breaks loose.
And she fucking kills him with it.
She destroys him with all these toys.
He was about to like make one of the prostitutes
use one of the toys.
Yeah, and it caught me off guard.
And the thing goes right through his head.
She blasts it through the back of his head. It comes out of his mouth.
Eye. Oh, I thought it was his eye.
It was his mouth.
Oh,
it was like whole mouth.
Okay. And so gross. But then the guards are coming in, and then she uses the other ones to stab the other guards.
Dude, it's so weird.
Oh, so gross.
And one of them was like glass, and the other one of them was like floppy, so she couldn't use it because it got chopped. It's so funny, man.
And she kills everybody, and then the girls are so scared of her that they shoot her in the head. But obviously Kamiko has regenerative powers.
Yeah, she's Wolverine powers.
So she just gets right back up.
Yeah.
For a split second, I forgot.
Yeah?
I forgot for a split second because I haven't shown it this season. Mm-hmm. And
you thought she died?
I was just like, oh shit. And then I was like, oh, I forgot. Yeah. So Kamiko gets back up.
I had that same feeling when I think it was Stormfront when she snapped her neck.
When she snapped whose neck?
Stormfront snapped Kamiko's, and I was like, no, wait. And then I forgot that she heals. Yeah. So I had that same moment.
This episode was so great.
It was crazy, and the ending.
The ending. They explain the ending.
So Homelander and Starlight walk out of, I guess, the premiere of the Dawn of the Seven. Mm-hmm. I think that's what it was. I'm not
some event.
Sure. It was some event, but they're walking to the car, and he's like, "I feel like flying," and she's like, "Oh, the car's right there," and he's like, "Did he say something along the lines of
no, let's
you don't want to see the public doesn't want to see me angry or something like that, or us have a fight or whatever." So
he takes her away.
She ends up flying. They fly, and they land on a rooftop. And that's when we see Supersonic, who has been brutally killed by Homelander.
Yeah. Face punched in, leg ripped off.
And Supersonic was the contestant on the
next superhero.
The Big Brother parody of the show.
Mm-hmm. He was like the newest member of the 7.
Yeah.
And throughout this episode, at the beginning of the episode, him and Starlight...
We're
plotting to kill Homelander like they've been doing throughout the season so far. And he told A-Train, and A-Train told Homelander. So Homelander now knows that...
I knew A-Train wasn't going to go along with it.
So Homelander knows that Starlight was planning this whole thing out. So...
Oh my god.
He threatens to kill Huey. And, that's horrifying. Because I'm scared. I'm always scared for Huey's life. I don't know about you.
Dude, especially when Homelander is around,
Yeah.
you think that's it.
Yeah. I'm excited, though, because if they keep using this Temp V, if Homelander tries...
out.
Huh?
I think they're all out.
I don't know. But if they do try to keep using it, like, if Homelander tries to kill Huey,
that's gonna be
and
great.
Huey just teleports whatever, he's gonna be so off.
He's gonna be shocked.
Yeah. He's gonna be so caught off guard.
And they have a chance because Soldier Boy is the weapon.
Yeah.
That they can use against Homelander, because when he blasts Kamiko, it takes away her power.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting. I wanted to mention, I think another one of my favorite parts about this episode was making fun of that. Did you ever see that Pepsi trailer?
Yes, with Kylie Jenner, right?
Yeah, they make fun of the Kylie Jenner Pepsi trailer in this episode, and I was laughing my fucking ass off. It's so perfect.
It's hysterical.
It's such a perfect fuck you to the
Pepsi.
The shitty commercial that they made out of touch. Like, they used the protest as like an opportunity to talk about Pepsi.
Yeah, and instead
it's great.
Instead they're talking about A-Train's turbo drink.
Yeah, whatever the
like
fuck
it's an energy drink. And it was so perfectly done.
And like when he walks out, they're like, "A-Train, where are you going?" He goes, "This is important." Dude, I lost my shit.
And
when
then
that
you have the police with the riot shield.
Yeah. And then he comes up and he has like the cup, the can.
It's right in frame, and you just see the logo.
It's great.
It's so good.
I think that was as far as being funny. That was the funniest fucking thing.
It was so hysterical.
This episode, I'm excited.
I can't wait to see what they do.
How many
with Soulja
episodes?
Boy.
It's 8.
Four more.
It's good. It's 8 episodes.
We're halfway through now. 4 more weeks of The Boys. I'm so happy.
Yeah, me too. It's great.
I look forward to Fridays in general because it's my day off.
Yeah.
But now that The Boys
The
is
Boys.
every week, it makes it 10 times better.
I can't wait.
The only thing I'm sad about is season 2. Every week they would drop at 9.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Every week they would drop at 9 Eastern Standard Time on Thursdays. So they came out on Thursday, even though they were promoted for Friday releases.
Right.
It would come out early on Thursday.
I also
wish they were doing that here,
yeah,
but they're not. They had to wait until.
I have one weird complaint. Well, not weird. Where is where's Huey's whole reason for doing this with Robin? I feel like she got sidelined immediately.
Well, because now he's like in it.
Yeah, I know, but like, I don't know.
Because he wanted revenge on Robin. Revenge
for Robin.
For Robin, yeah.
He never got it. And then he fell in love with Starlight. I don't think they should have fell in love.
Oh, I do.
I don't think so. I think
I ship them so hard.
Like, maybe eventually, but it happened way too fast.
I mean, it only happened really season 2. Like season 1, they were like flirting and like they had those moments. But like season
it was
2,
obvious.
They kind of made it like official, you know?
Yeah. But that's a small complaint.
Okay.
I'm excited.
I like their relationship though.
I like their relationship, but it's like Robin was the whole reason his girlfriend got disintegrated in front of him.
By A-Train?
Yeah, I don't even want to think about that.
I don't even want to think about what we're going to talk about next.
What is that?
Jurassic World Dominion. We saw it last night.
I got to tell you, Jesse, I told you this maybe 15 minutes after we saw it, but I have already forgotten it.
Yeah. There were some really bad moments in this movie. This is not going to be a positive review.
Let's get the positives out of the way.
Yeah.
Because most of it is negative.
Yeah. So the question was, did this Jurassic rule, or was this a what's it called? A fossilized crap.
Okay.
And it was totally a fossilized crap.
This movie was dog shit.
Giant
So
pterodactyl
stupid.
turds. But the positives, the effects.
The effects are...
The effects, it's a universal blockbuster. The effects are superb.
They use practical effects.
They use practical effects. Yeah, the dinosaurs, when they're most of like the smaller dinosaurs
when
in the
they're being
movie,
touched, they need to have that.
they're real animatronics, and then at the end of the movie, by the way, spoilers. You shouldn't care though. Don't see the movie.
It's not boring. It's not good.
Yeah. At the end of the movie, the original trio and then the new guys, they find each other, and there's a scene that homages to the Tyrannosaurus Rex scene in the first one where they're going around the car and it's like following them.
But it's like
it's a real dinosaur.
Yeah.
And you could tell. Like it's not the way that like it's not janky and like the way it moves or whatever. You could just the light and you could see the
reflecting.
Yeah, it just doesn't. It just doesn't look CGI, and it's because it's not.
Yeah.
I love the dinosaurs when they are real because most of the first movie is real dinosaurs, like not real dinosaurs, but real puppets.
Animatronics. Yeah.
And then they slowly faded from that.
Yeah, and I'm glad they kept it with the smaller stuff.
Yeah. And second, the third thing is music.
You put music? I don't.
Yeah, I thought the music was good.
They throw the original theme in there.
Yeah, the original theme comes in every once in a while, but then like there's the suspenseful moments where like they keep on that one note, that like high note, and then like it goes quiet, and then something happens. You know, like kind of like a jump scare. But I think the music kind of works nicely with it. Michael Giacchino, he's done so many things.
Yeah.
But he uses the music well in this movie. It's not distracting. They don't overuse the original theme, which is cool. And then the actions and like the action set pieces and the kills.
The action was good. But inconsistent.
Inconsistent
as fuck.
Yeah. There are a few things that are not that great with the action. You were talking about like the taming, right, between the two.
Oh my god, this movie.
Well, don't go too far into the negatives. Just go into that one thing.
We'll get to that, but the kills and everything in this movie, they're good. They, like when they do happen, some of them are unexpected. Yeah. Guy gets snatched off a bike just by a big T-Rex. It's classic dinosaur kills, and I love, what are those ones called? The ones that spit the.
Oh, I don't even know what they're called.
I love those. They're
my from favorites. The original.
Yeah, the original.
Those were all real too. Those were real
great.
Puppets.
Yeah.
The ones that get Newman, for those who understand that reference, in the original with the venom. Those are at the end of the movie mostly.
Yeah, they teased it in the middle or whatever,
and then they finally show up at the end.
Yeah.
There's a scene where Owen and Claire and the new character, I forget her name, the pilot, they're running from these velociraptor type.
Yeah, they're like super raptors.
They're not like actual velociraptors, but they're some sort of raptor. And these raptors are trained to kill whatever these lasers point at.
Yeah.
And apparently Claire is faster than them because
this is where
it's part of the bad part, but yeah, part of the inconsistency is that
but it's like I'm okay with inconsistencies when it's just like a little bit, like a little thing, but this is like major. She's outrunning these like super raptors on a rooftop and jumping off of them, and then she ends up in a car, and then they're just tailing them, they're just making
the car. So that was inconsistent, but it's cool to look at.
No, it's fun.
It's super cool to look at, and Owen is riding a motorcycle, and he's going through the streets of I think it was Malta that they were in, which is super cool. The end with the dinosaurs, fun. The ending's fun when it comes to the T-Rex and this other big dinosaur.
Whatever
they fight. It's cool stuff.
You know,
that's why I go to like King Kong vs. Godzilla, or just like the Godzilla movies in general. I like those big characters fighting each other. It's cool to watch. But all that cool stuff, there is a lot more bad.
I have to start with the performances at first. Like,
of all of the characters,
they all weren't good. They all were like boring.
They were all boring.
Dude.
They were all boring, and they all had cheesy dialogue to go along with it.
The first, I forget their names. The original girl and the original guy.
Who?
What are their names?
We have Laura Dern and
I forgot their names. Anyway,
Laura Dern and Sam Neill. They play Alan Grant and Ellie Sattler.
And then they have Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum as Ian Malcolm.
And even him, he sucked. He was just
he always talks like this.
He was a joke.
Yeah, he was very Jeff Goldblum in this movie. Like in the original.
I thought he was kind of like a badass in the first one.
Yeah,
Wasn't he
he is kind of a badass. Like he's got the Jeff Goldblum like element to him in the first one. But in this one, he's all just
it's like a joke.
He's talking like this, and he moves around, and he.
But those two, I felt like when you're watching like a commercial and they have like shitty actors in them. That's how it felt throughout the entire movie with these two. They felt so papery, and like.
It's sad too because they're good actors.
I'm sure they are. I haven't seen too much with them besides I remember the original. I love the original.
Uh-huh.
But they just were like, I was watching it and I couldn't. Me and him looked at each other multiple times when they had a real stinker of a line.
Oh wait,
the best one was
the best one is the DMs, right?
That one, and I'm going with you.
Oh yeah. Because Sam Neill, he doesn't want to pass up the opportunity to go with Ellie again, so he's like, yeah, I'm going with you, but. Somewhere like in the middle part, like in the back half of the first third of the movie.
Oh my god.
Ian Malcolm and Ellie are like talking in this like lunchroom area, and Sam Neill's character is like, "So how did you guys like reconnect again?" And Laura Dern goes, "Ian slipped into my DMs." He slid into my DMs,
and it came off so unnatural and so that's the suits talking right there, man. We need some child lingo into this. Hello, fellow kids. That's how it felt.
It's so bad. Like I get if they were trying to go for like, she's an older character, so like she might say something that's cringe. But like
it was serious.
It didn't come off that way. It came off as if she was dead ass.
She was actually saying that,
and it was so awful.
Let's talk about the
Tim.
Yeah. So we get to the first second you see the main antagonist of this movie.
It's literally in the beginning.
It's Tim Cook. Just straight up Tim Cook Apple.
Yeah.
Right from the get-go. And as soon as he came on screen, we started pissing our pants. It was
every
so funny.
Every single time he came onto screen, we were just cracking up.
And he was not good at all. He was such a weirdo.
It was so bad. Like, take Tim Cook, but like... dollar store version, and that's what you get with this movie,
dude.
And they even rip off Apple pretty much, because the sanctuary where it takes place,
it looks like Apple Park.
It looks like Apple Park. It's got the circle, and it's like in the middle of nowhere,
greenery around. Dude,
it's so funny. And when we first get introduced to him, he's instantly Tim Cook.
Yeah.
But when he meets the original characters, and he like mumbles.
He gave me like
he goes like
yeah, he will just like, there was one moment where he's just talking normally and a character asks him something, he goes that's literally what it was.
Yes.
And then when he was in the underground thing and the lights turned off and he was like, no. Yeah. That's the tone that he used.
Yeah, he was no. Like super stupid.
So weird.
And like, so they show up, Ellie and Ian, they show up on, I think, a helicopter, right? They show up.
I don't care.
Wherever they meet this Tim Cook character, he also has his friend with him, who eventually helps out at the end.
Yeah.
But he's kind of like his like what would you call that? Intern type of guy.
Yeah.
Kind of played an intern type of character. And I'm just gonna call him Tim for the rest of this.
Tim Cook.
So Tim goes to him and he says,
we don't even remember his name.
So he goes, so do you have my snacks?
It's
like
so
super
weird.
random, and then like in the next scene you see him actually popping whatever snacks he was eating. So stupid.
Dude,
Awful.
This movie was it was trying to be so good.
It was trying to be like Avengers Endgame or Homecoming. Not
It
Homecoming,
felt like
No Way Home.
I was describing it to him. It felt like they watched No Way Home and they were like, "Can we like do that but with like Jurassic Park?"
Yeah.
And it just failed miserably. And it just there was one shot in it that would have been so cool if the movie was good. It's at the end the T-Rex is fighting the other bigger T-Rex.
Yeah.
And the one of the ornaments in the center of Apple Park, because the dinosaurs, they escape. It's a Jurassic Park movie. There's like a big circle, and the T-Rex walks through, and its head fits the circle, like
the logo.
Yeah, like passes the behind the circle, and it looks just like the logo. And it would have been sick if this was like a good movie. It would have been like, oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
But it was just
It came off as cringy.
It came off so cringy.
Yeah, because it wasn't playing itself seriously. I mean, no, it was playing itself
too seriously.
And then that's what it kind of like. It could have been so cool. And the way that the characters all meet, it's very forced. Yeah, because I should have said this to him while we were in the theater, but I didn't really feel like talking too much. The original crew, they're in a Jeep, and the Jeep gets flipped over, and then it's like teetering, and they eventually like fall down this like mud hill. And I knew in that moment,
coincidence.
I knew in that moment that when it was teetering and it was going to stop falling, that the new like the Jurassic World people were going to be there, and of course that happened. Like out of this big giant park where all these dinosaurs could be, they just so happened to land
right next to the crew.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude! Chris Pratt in this was stupid. He like. The way they wrote him, I don't know why we're pretending that we would be able to live with dinosaurs. I guess he's just so good at doing this.
Yeah.
That it works with every dinosaur that he comes in contact with.
Yeah.
Because what he was talking about before is that they're like in this underground like dog fighting area where they would have dinosaurs and everything. And shit goes crazy, and then these two big like probably a little bit smaller than a T-Rex.
Yeah.
Two of them come out of nowhere, and Chris Pratt goes like this. He does that like at least 6 times in this movie.
Yeah.
And it works every time. But with 2 giant dinosaurs, he goes like this. And it works.
And it works. And then he like puts his hands down and he runs.
Yeah,
and then they start again.
Yeah, and then it gets the guy. It's just this.
It is the worst, and I can't believe I'm saying it's the worst because
Bob's Burgers was better.
Well, no, well, yes, Bob's Burgers was way better, but this is the worst of the 6 movies. Like,
yeah, I can agree with that.
I truly thought that the third Jurassic Park was going to be the worst because, especially that one scene, like you just said, Alan is asleep on the plane. And he has a nightmare when he wakes up. When he wakes up from his sleep, right next to him on the plane is a velociraptor, and it just goes, Alan. And then he wakes up, and then it's just the guy on the plane talking to him.
Oh man!
I never thought it could get worse than that.
It got worse.
There's no cheesy moments like that. Like there's no talking dinosaur. But just the story and the cheesiness of the dialogue, it just makes that whole thing worse than just even that one scene in Jurassic 3.
Dude, it had the corniest like dialogue that didn't make any sense.
Dude, the only good thing, like, I know we said a bunch of good things, but really, truly, the only good thing about this movie was that it eventually ended.
Yeah, that was my favorite part.
Yeah. When it ended, and then you just see directed by, I'm like, oh, thank God, it's over.
I was trying not to fall asleep during this.
Yeah. I saw because, we went to the Dolby Theater, as always.
I try not to fall asleep during movies.
I try my hardest, too. but I saw like your body language get a little different, like while sitting, and then like eventually you had put your head back, and I had to like look over because I saw it happen, and I was like, okay, like maybe he's just adjusting.
Yeah.
I had to make sure because I was even starting to feel it that you were still up because we had to do this today. And I was like, oh, if he falls asleep, we're not gonna get through any of this because I'm gonna have to remember everything,
dude. I don't know how I didn't fall asleep. That's one thing. I don't think the only movie I've fallen asleep during was Ad Astra.
Oh, God.
And that's we should do a little segment.
Dad Astra.
Did that?
Dad Astra and actually that movie and Shazam. I've fallen asleep during.
I can't believe you fell asleep during Shazam.
I fell asleep during Shazam twice.
That's funny. That's really so you don't like it.
I eventually saw the whole thing, but it's all right. But anyway, back to Jurassic World.
Back to Jurassic, yeah.
There's nothing.
Like,
if you want fun dinosaur stuff and don't care about anything else, I would go see the movie. That's really what you go to see now. Like,
yeah, it's like you look at it the same way you look at a Godzilla versus Kong movie. Let's just get to the punching and kicking part where the two monsters fight.
Yeah. If you're going because you're a fan of the original, especially,
don't go. It'll ruin it.
It's gonna just make you sad. You might like, if you don't really have a critical mind and you just want to go see a fun movie, maybe you could see some enjoyment out of it because you're seeing your favorite characters from the first one come back and they're all together.
It feels so soulless.
It really is. It's soulless. That's a great way to put it.
And that's honestly,
like I'm saying for someone like who doesn't really go into movies critically thinking,
right? You
could enjoy yourself, especially if you like the Jurassic movies. Yeah. But if you're someone like us, it's gonna disappoint you a lot, and
it'll make you laugh at points if you think. I just thought that, like, as soon as we saw the Tim Cook on screen, I lost my mind. Yeah. It was so funny.
I feel bad for our friend Daniela. Because she loves the original Jurassic Park, and we talk about that movie a lot and stuff. And
did she see this yet?
She's seeing it on Sunday, and I haven't talked to her about this yet. But
good. She won't watch this.
I'm not going to say anything about it. I want her to go see it, but I'm dreading seeing her on Monday.
We're sorry, Daniela.
Yeah, I'm dreading seeing her on Monday to hear her disappointment. Because she's not gonna.
This movie could have been really fucking cool.
It could have been so good, and it just wasn't. And this guy, who wrote and directed this, he was supposed to do Episode 9 of Star Wars. Yeah, and he wrote a script for it too. It was called Duel of the Fates.
Good. Did they get rid of it and burn it?
They did. They got rid of it, but apparently, Robert Meyer Burnett, he read the script and he said it was amazing.
Okay.
So it's unfortunate that he wasn't able to do that, and he wasn't.
Maybe this kind of did feel like a lot of studio, like we need this to happen, and this, and also this.
Yeah.
What would you give it out of 10?
Like a 2.
Yeah,
I'm going like 2.
2.5.
Truly, the effects are the only good thing.
As far as a comedy. It's not even that good, but it's funny.
It's a mid comedy.
Yeah, it's not even like good as a comedy. Yeah. Like it's like a 5 or 4 out of 10.
Tim Cook is the worst.
So funny.
It's funny, but it's the worst, right?
It's like a character you would see on The Boys making fun of Tim Cook.
Yeah, exactly.
And it felt 100%. Like they were trying to play him serious.
Yeah, I was just waiting for him to whip out a iPad or an iPhone.
I was like, dude, I wish. They don't,
because he's the... So none of you probably know this because it's not that big of a thing, but all bad guys never use Apple products. Apple has a thing where if you're playing a bad guy in their movie, you're not allowed to have an iPhone or any type of Apple product. So that's actually a really cool way to figure out like who's a bad guy in the movie.
It's going to ruin every movie now.
I believe they do that in Knives Out, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah?
I believe, I could be mistaken, but there's some murder mystery where you could actually tell who's the bad guy because the one character's not using an iPhone.
Wow.
Yeah, I want to say it's Knives Out, but I don't know.
That'll hurt Apple in the end. because
Yeah, I
if
guess.
if that becomes like a known thing,
Uh-huh.
then people aren't going to want to use Apple products in their movies.
Yeah. Well,
That's so funny.
yeah. That wraps it up for this week. This is probably our longest episode.
Yeah, we're almost at an hour and a half.
Yeah. Thank you for whoever watched this long episode.
Thank you to all three of you.
Yeah. We'll be here next week.
We're gonna try to get Ray.
Yeah. Ray should be here soon.
I haven't talked to him.
Yeah, no, I actually spoke to him yesterday. He apologizes. Thank you to our sponsor, Duct Tape, this week. So until next time, I'm Jesse.
And I'm Mike.
It's over.